Alright, and we are back again, continuing from where we left off yesterday. So yesterday we created that nice little pop-up where we can add our goal name, the savings amount, and the notes, and we can save it. Now, today what we're going to do is we're going to make that save actually meaningful. We're going to be able to, when we click that save button, we're going to be able to see it now on the main screen. So we got to do a couple of things, including making a data template for this list view, and that's basically going to be what form is that object going to take when I display it on the UI. Um, then we're also going to make a view model. We're going to do some data binding, and sorry about that, I had to scratch my face. And yeah, I think that's all we'll get to today, but we'll see if time goes fast and cool. Alright, so let's set up this list view. First things first, I was just googling this. I want this item container style. I want all this goodness right here. Oh yeah. This is going to make sure that we take up all the horizontal space. Well, the list view item will take up all the horizontal space. I just love when you copy and paste shit and it works. It's great. Okay, so now that we got that, let's work on our lovely data template. Alright. Item template, data template. So in here is where the magic will be made. I'm gonna decide to use a grid for this. So what are we gonna put in our template, right? We're gonna put the name of the goal, the last day it was updated. We're gonna have a progress bar that's gonna indicate how far along in achieving our goal we are, and we're gonna add some buttons. Add, decrease, and edit. With the add, that's add more money to the goal. I've just put more money into my account, so let me increase that so it shows on my goal. Decrease money, let's say if something happened and I needed to use some of this money that I was saving. So we can decrease it, and then we'll have an edit button which will allow us to change the goal name, the saving amount, or the notes. Alright, so we're going to represent this with a beautiful grid. Beautiful. And this grid is going to have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 columns. No, 4 rows, excuse me. Grid.row definitions. Row definition. Row definition. Row definition. And row definition. Then we're also going to do grid.column definitions. Oh yeah, I like those columns. Column definition, and column definition. Whoa, whoa. That looks better. Alright, so you see here we have 4 rows and 3 columns. So let's collapse that for right now. So inside our grid, first row is going to be the name of the goal. So let's add a lovely text. Actually, let's add a comment for that. Name of the goal. Just so we know what we're doing here. Text blocks. Text. It's going to be goal name. Looks legit. Then we're going to do another text block. This one's going to hold whatever the value of the goal name is. So if we name the goal test, then test will be shown in this text block. Oh, let's not forget this. This is going to go into the second column. Columns and rows are zero-based index, so row 0 is really row 1 to us, and so on. So when I say row 3, that means I'm talking about row 4. Because 0 is the first row, 1 is the second row, 2 is the third row, and so on. So in our second Mamma Jamma, we are going to do saving. Oh wait, no, this is going to be last updated. Once again, we're going to do 2 text blocks. text. For this one, we're going to say saving amount. Cool. Whoa. There we go. Text, we'll leave this blank for now as well. These won't stay blank. We're going to do data binding, and I'll show you what that is in a little bit. Okay, this next one is going to be the progress bar. That's going to indicate how far along in our goal are we. Are we far? Are we close? You know, just like a visual representation. Progress bar. Oh yeah. Progress bar is indeterminate is false. So that means we're going to have control of it. So if it's true, that means it's going to give you like the moving dots. Dot. You can't determine when the page is going to finish loading, for example, or whatever. Let's give it a height of 10 because 10 is cute. Bam. Let's also fix these because this should be grid.row 1, grid.row 1, but this is going to be in a column 2, just like this one. This part is going to be add, decrease, and edit buttons. I like that. So this is why we have the 3 columns, because we're just going to put each button into a column. So I'm going to do button. Cool. Let's just cool. So we have 3 buttons. This one's going to go in grid column 0. You don't have to put it. If you don't put anything, it's 0 by default. Grid.column 1. Grid. Whoa. Grid.column 2. Splendid. So for this button, the content or the text that's written on the button is going to say add. This one's going to say decrease. And this one's going to say edit. Splendid. Let's also put this in a row as well. This is going to be grid.row 2. And we're going to make the column span all 3 columns. So with column span, if I didn't put a column span, then it would just be stuck in grid row 2, but grid column 1. It wouldn't expand. So with this column span, it's allowing us to go through all 3 columns. We also need to put what row these mamma jammers are going to be in. So all these are going to go into grid.row 3, which is really row 4, if you remember. That's looking real cute. I love it. Alright, so these are going to be smushed together, so let's give it a little space, shall we? Let's say margin 0. We'll do 10. So with the margin, this is the first numbers left. This is top, right, bottom. So we'll put that on this progress bar as well. Actually, and then for the progress bar, let's also do 10 on here. So this is going to say that the top is going to have 10 and the bottom is going to have 10 as well. So that's going to space it out so everything's not smushed together. So now that we've finished that, we are going to make our view model. Now the view model is basically what's going to connect your models to your view. Okay? Don't quote me. That could have been like a really shitty explanation, but we're going to act like, you know, if it's wrong, just act like I didn't say it. So let's go to Solution Explorer. We have a ViewModel folder. I added that. So what I like to do is add a base ViewModel first, which is going to handle our notify property change stuff. Public class base ViewModel. And we're going to borrow some code from one of my other applications. I like that, thank you. Paste that in here. Let's include. Alright, so this is another event handler. You've seen this before in the pop-up that we have, that we enter the goal name, savings amount, and notes. When we press the save button, remember it fires an event. This is basically the same thing, but with the INotifyPropertyChanged, it's gonna tell our front end like, hey, something changed, so update it. We'll save that, and I put in a base view model because if I make like, let's say if I made a bunch of other view models and they all were gonna be data binded, I would just inherit from this class. So let's go back to our ViewModels folder. We are going to add a class, and this is going to be our main page ViewModel. Yay! Let's add that. Let's make sure that we get that base ViewModel. Make this public. Alright, so what do we need? So we're going to make a list that's going to hold a list of all the goals that we're going to be adding. So if I added like 3 goals, they would exist in this list that we're going to make. So let's make private, well, not void, observable collection. Observable collections, if I read correctly, it's going to call that the list changed. So when I'm data binding, when I have that item source binding to this list, it's going to say, hey, the list changed, so display these new items that were added on the UI as well. So we're going to make this list of type goal. We're going to call it goal list. Word up. Then we're going to make a public version of it. Goal list. This is going to be a property. So when something wants this, we're actually going to return, get return. We're going to return our goal list. Set is where the notify property changed magic happens. So we're going to say goal list equals value, whatever the value is that's passed in, and then we're going to call our notify property changed and pass in this string of the property. So you see this, that's our property. This change, that's going to tell the UI, yo, this property changed, so you might need to update this shit. So alright, we got those lovely things in there. Now let's create a method that's going to allow us to add items to this goal list. So we'll do public void add new goal, and we're going to give it a parameter new goal, add item to our goal list. So we're just going to do goal list dot add. Whoa, who put my cursor up there? New goal, good times. Now remember this, so when we press that save button, we're gonna go to we're gonna say, hey ViewModel, add this new goal to our goal list. Alright, so let's do that right now. Let's go back to the page behind of the main page. Remember, we have this event handler that gets called when we press the save button. Add goal to our list. Actually, let me not forget to do this too. So in the constructor, we're gonna call new on our goal list. Goal list equals, whoa, equals new. Wee. That way we won't get a null exception when we try to access it. Cool. So back on this page behind, let's make a variable for our view model. What the hell's that thing called again? Main page view model. Cool beans. Then when the page loads, we're gonna instantiate it. So if main, whoa, that's not what I want. If main page view model is null, then let's make it not null. I like that. And this is also good because if we like put the app to sleep or whatever the hell it's called, I don't know if it's called tombstoning anymore, and then so it goes to sleep and then we reopen the app, it'll continue up, but it'll see that the view model is not null, so it won't instantiate it again. And plus, in this new call, that's when we're gonna make the new list. Alright, so when they press save, it's gonna fire this event, and we're gonna tell our view model to add that mamma jamma to our list. As simple as that, because we already passed the goal back in the event. And then we're gonna set, let us set let's put this all together. That way we don't keep setting the data context. We'll just set it once when we instantiate it. Okay, so press save, the item gets added to our list, but then we need to display it on the UI side, so let's hook up some data binding over here. So for our lists view, we're gonna do item source. Whoa. Come on. I didn't type that. There we go. Binding goal list. So I'm not 100% sure on what data context means, but I just know it means that the page is going to be using my view model as the context to get data from. You heard how I said that in a question because I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that. But since it's looking at our view model, we do have this goal list property there, and that is this thingy right here. So we're just matching the name. So it's going to look in our view model and say, oh, okay, he wants the goal list, cool. That's what this list view is based on. And then we got some wonderful text down here. So for this text, right, since we know the goal list is of type goal, and our goal has this wonderful name property, we want to bind to that. So that's what we're going to do here, binding name. We'll eventually need to create a property. Actually, this isn't saving amount. I'm a fool. And I have it written right here too. It's last updated. I don't know why the hell I put this. So let's just put updated. Cool. And I guess eventually we'll have a datetime property, a datetime object, and then we'll bind it here. But we don't have it right now, so let's not worry about it. Let's also give our progress bar a purpose. So we're gonna set the maximum right now. Actually, let's see if we can bind this to saving goal. So hopefully what I'm expecting to do is, so if we open up and we put in the savings amount that we're saving to a goal of 100 or whatever, then it will set this maximum property on this progress bar to 100. So to test that out, let's put the value at 25. So it should be 1/4 of the way. Is there anything else in here? Nope, they seem fine. Alright, let's run this bad boy. See what happens. I'm running on the Windows Phone emulator now instead of the desktop emulator. So let's wait for this wonderful thing to happen. Come on with this build. Oh yeah. It's doing stuff. I like when it does stuff. Deploy succeeded. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a new goal and hopefully get it to display on the main page for us, just to see what the template looks like that we made for this list view. Okay, so we're here. Hit that. Add me a new goal. The goal name, we're gonna put it test goal. I like that. Savings amount 100. Remember, this is binding. This amount is gonna bind to this right here, or at least we're hoping it does. And then notes, we'll just put test notes. So we can watch this in action as it adds it to the list actually. So let's put a breakpoint here. Let's click the save button. Alright. So here we are. This is the event after we click the save button. Let's go into it. It goes into our view model and it adds it to our list. Cool, looks good. Press continue, and there we go. You can see that these items are now added. And we have our buttons here, and it looks like that the 100 that we put in, it actually did work as setting it to the maximum, because this looks about 1/4 the way of the progress bar, so that's really good. I think I'm gonna end it there for now. And then yeah, we'll pick back up with this with the next part tomorrow, which is going to be when they click add and decrease, we're going to pop up a box that allows them to quickly change the amount. So if I'm adding, I'll put in like 25, then we'll update this progress bar to go a little further because it should now be at 25. And then after that, we're going to make a details page, which is going to be a really detailed look at the current goal with the name, the notes, maybe a graph that shows your deposits and withdrawals from the goal over time. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, we're going to get real kinky with this, alright? So thank you for tuning in, guys. Talk to you next time.